In this tip, I want to talk about club face control. So I wanted to give you an image that I use to help me square the face as I'm hitting the golf ball. So this is just what I think about. You don't necessarily have to think like this, but maybe give it a try. All right, so when we hit the golf ball, you've got to hit it with the face pretty darn square. Okay, just a few degrees off and you will literally hit the ball everywhere. This is why I teach powerless arms. I don't want you hitting or helping the ball in any way, because you might end up holding the face open or releasing it too soon. Okay, again, just a little bit off, you're gonna hit it everywhere. So here is a mental image that I thought of. This is what I do when I'm hitting the ball. So see this club head right here. So see how big this is. What I do, I imagine that is like a block of steel on a track like this. So this block of steel is coming in, and in no way am I going to twist it. I'm just gonna let it go wherever it wants to go. All right, so right here, I'm up at the top like this. I see it as a piece of steel, and I'm just gonna let it go. All right, so right here, I just let it go wherever it wants to go. So if I do that, I'm not in a situation where I'm getting to right about here and I'm trying to hit. Because if I try to hit, I might twist. And that was the big breakthrough for me many, many years ago when I stopped trying to hit the ball with my arms. I went from hitting it sideways to straight. And this is one of the images I had when I got that. Okay, so I do this with woods, I do this with irons. If ever I hit shots, they start to kind of go a little offline, I know instantly, starting to use your arms a little bit. Okay, let's tone it down, slow down your swing, but go back to seeing it as this block of steel moving on a track. Okay, and just let it go wherever it wants to go. So how is that going to square the face? Well, if you think about it, if you set up with your lead arm stretched out and the face is square, you've predetermined that when this arm stretches out, the face has to be square, because you predetermined that by stretching it out. All right, so all you would have to do to square the face consistently would be to stretch this arm out, because you predetermined when this is stretched out, the face is square. All right, so for me, when I'm letting it just go wherever it wants to go on this track, I'm letting the lead arm stretch out because I'm not influencing the head. So that's why it's gonna come through pretty darn consistent most times. You know, and I get stupid too. I start, trying to kill it, but I catch myself in a ball or two and then I tone it back down again. You gotta be content with how your body's made, how hard you can actually hit the golf ball. There's things obviously you can do to swing harder or get more club head speed, but at some point, you've got to accept the fact that, you're not Rory McIlroy. Okay, you got to be you. And that's one of the hard things to do. I had to tell myself to do that because I was always trying to kill it. So right here, I was trying to hammer it as hard as I could. The day I stopped doing that, I went from sideways to straight. After 10 years of working on it. Nobody ever said don't hit it with your arms. So that was one of the images I had to get me to hit the ball very straight. So I see it differently. I don't see this as a golf club. Piece of steel on a track, and I just let it go wherever it wants to go. So right here, okay? So I'm not influencing the face, okay? I don't want to twist the face. I do that with woods, and I also do that with irons. Okay, so I just let it go wherever it wants to go. Right here. Okay, and then for the most part, my shots are pretty darn straight. All right, so maybe give that a mental image a try. Another little thing that you're going to sense when you start doing this is the golf club is going to start to feel heavy, very heavy, because the weight of the club is pulling your arms out. If the club's feeling heavy, that's telling you you're not hitting it with your arms. All right, a lot of people, they try to hit with their arms, they tell me their clubs feel light, and then I grab them and they feel heavy to me. So it's a tightness thing. You got to let that go. Okay, also check that you're setting up with your lead arm straight and the face square. Okay, doing, a 2-knuckle grip, neutral grip, face square, arms stretched out. That would be a great starting point. Okay, then from here, maybe do a few practice swings. Think about this track that I was talking about. Visualize, imagine it's like a piece of steel and you're just letting it go wherever it wants to go. Maybe tee up your ball and hit a few irons first. Okay, if you start to see that your ball starts to, not go sideways and starts to go a lot straighter, get used to that for a bit, then try it with your driver. Okay, just hopefully that helps you. It's a different sensation. I'm just trying to remember back to when I stopped hitting the ball with my arms and relay that information to you, because maybe it'll help you too. All right, so give that a try and see what happens. I truly hope you've enjoyed this tip. Here's another tip that's going to help you improve your swing. Now, right below that, don't forget to click on that link, because I'm going to send you some free samples of my body swing book and video series that'll take you step by step through how to build a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing.